Building a brand new WordPress website involves many different steps, and if you're doing so for the first time, it can feel a little bit intimidating. But don't worry, it's a lot easier than you think. In this video, I'll show you how to create a beautiful WordPress website like this one over here, from start to finish with no steps skipped. But before we get started, I'm Yaz from the Brainstorm Force team, creators of the Astra theme, and we create content about our latest product updates as well as tutorials for beginners and non-coders. So if you want to improve your WordPress skills, make sure you subscribe down below and turn on your notifications. And if you guys are ready, let's get started. The first thing we'll do in this tutorial is purchase our domain name. If you think of your website as a property or a house, the domain name is basically like your address. This is what your website visitors will type in their web browser to navigate to your website. The domain name is really important, and there are a few considerations to make when choosing one. Ideally, it should have your business name in the domain name itself. You should try to avoid using hyphens and numbers in the domain name to keep it looking clean and professional as well. For example, let's say you're a web designer with a business name called WordPress Design or WP Design. Ideally, you'd look for a domain name called WordPressDesign.com or WPDesign.com or something very similar. In these examples, your business name is in the domain name, they're short and simple, they're memorable, and they don't contain any hyphens or numbers either. Okay, so now that we know what to keep in mind when choosing a domain name, let's find out how you can purchase one. There are several websites where we can purchase a domain name from, and these type of sites are called domain registrars. The one I prefer using is Google Domains. And for me, this has been very reliable, and there's no hidden fees either. There are many other reasons why I choose Google Domains, and we have a whole review about that if you want to check that out. Alternatively, when we move on to purchasing our hosting service, some of these hosting services do offer an option to purchase your domain and hosting plan in one place. It's a little bit more convenient, so you can do that if you want to, but for this video, let's proceed with Google Domains. First, we're going to navigate to domains.google, and that's Google Domains' website right here. And if you're using Google Domains for the first time, let's go ahead and sign up. It's really easy, so all you have to do is go up here and press sign in. If you already have a Google account, it might already log you in, especially if you're logged in while using Google Chrome web browser. If you don't already have a Google account, it's really easy to create one. Here's the register page right here. You just enter your name, last name, and a username here, and you have the option of either creating a brand new Gmail account with the whole Gmail access, or you can use an existing email and enter that as your Google account email address as well. From there, you just enter your password and type it in a second time and press next. And once you sign in, this is what the Google Domains dashboard will look like. Don't worry about the menus right now. We're just going to go ahead and look for our domain name. And to do that, first we're going to click on this blue button here that says find the perfect one. And that will bring you onto this screen with the familiar Google search bar at the top. And this is where you can search for the domain name that you want. So here, right here, you can type in the desired domain name. And for this example, let's go ahead with the same idea. So the same example we came up with, which was WP Design or WordPress Design. So I'm just going to type that in here. Like that. And then Google Domains will work its magic and show you all the options available. But as you can see here, WPDesign.com is currently taken. It's not available. Same with WPDesign.net. But it does suggest so many different options that are actually available right here. So you have WP.design, WPDesign.host, and it shows you the prices over here as well. And if you want to shortlist a bunch of them, you can press on this heart as well. So you can shortlist the ones you want and decide later, or buy a bunch if you'd like to. But anyway, having the different pricing options also allows you to find one that best matches your budget. Just for this example, let's go ahead with WPDesign.info. But if you want to check out even more endings to WP Design, you can click on all endings here and it will show you all the different options. But for now, we're going to go ahead and add WPDesign.info. Down here, you can see that it's for $12 per year, which is pretty good. And we're going to go ahead and press the add to cart button over here. And as you can see, WPDesign.info has been added to cart and it shows up here as well. And now that we've added our desired domain name to the cart, we can go ahead and press the cart button over here. All right, now that we've added our domain name to our cart, you can see that right here, WPDesign.info, it's in our cart. And I'm just going to run you through some of the options when you're purchasing your domain name. To start off, we have our registration period. With Google Domains, it's really cool because they don't have any hidden fees. Some of the other domain registrars, when you purchase a domain name at the start, they might give you a discount for the first year, and every subsequent year will be a little bit more than that initial amount you paid. But with Google Domains, what you pay right now is what you'll be paying for your second year, your third year, or the whole time you have your domain name registered. You're only going to be paying the exact same amount every single year. So which is really good. It's really transparent. And as I drop it down, you can choose how many years you want to register for. 1 year for $12, 2 years for $24, and so on. It's the same $12 every year no matter how many years you want to register for. So for this instance, I'm going to leave it at 1 year. And down below here, the next option is privacy protection is on. When you register a domain name, you have to enter some personal information like your name, email address, your actual address as well. So by having privacy protection on, it makes that information private to you, so no one can actually look up your domain name and see who it's registered to. Otherwise, that information will be public, and normally on other domain registrars, you might have to pay for this as an additional feature. But with Google Domains, it's for free, so we're going to leave that on, and I recommend that you have it on as well. And next, we have the auto renew option. It's toggled on as well, and this means that when our domain registration expires, that it will automatically renew. And what this means is that when your domain registration period expires, your website will not go down or anything. It will be seamlessly running because it will renew and continue giving you that service. And the next one over here is a really cool feature as part of Google Domains, and that's the option to add Google Workspaces and a custom email address. So what this means is adding a custom email with your domain name at the back of it. So instead of saying @gmail.com, it will say @wpdesign.info. Google also gives you the added option to have a custom email address which is tied to Google Workspace. So this would let you have a custom email address, contact@wpdesign.info. So instead of having @gmail.com or @live.com or whatever you use, you can have your domain name on your email address. And that's great to have if your website is for a professional business. It will look a lot more professional when you email your clients from your own email address rather than one with Gmail at the end. A bonus of this is that with this option, you also get access to Google Workspace and its suite of different Google apps like Google Docs, Sheets, Drive, and more. So if you think Google Workspace is an option you'd like to choose, you can find out more about it. I'll leave a link for you in the description below to Google Workspace. And if you want to add that email option, that's an additional $12 per user per month. But again, we're only grabbing the domain right now, so it's only $12 per year. And if you're happy with that, you can press the blue button and continue to check out, enter your card details, and purchase your domain. For this tutorial, I'll proceed with the domain name I already own, yazbsf.com, as you can see this one over here. And this is a domain name I use for my tutorial videos on this channel. It's registered with Google Domains, so after you purchase your domain, this is what it will look like, and it will show you all the domains that you have registered right here in this list. Alright, now that we've got our domain name, let's go ahead and set up our web hosting. And since we know that a domain name is like the address for your website, in the same kind of concept, if your website is your house, then the web host is like the land where your house exists. The web host will host your website on their servers, and the domain name will help web browsers know where your website is located. Alright, the web host we'll be using for this video is called SiteGround. Let's go ahead and navigate to that right now, siteground.com, and this is what it will look like. There are many other web hosts out there that have great hosting services as well, but SiteGround for me has always been reliable, user-friendly, and have some great prices too. On the homepage already, it suggests some hosting options right here. You have the basic web hosting option, the managed WordPress hosting, as well as high-performance WooCommerce hosting, which is for e-commerce businesses. Now, these two are quite similar, but the services in the WordPress hosting are optimized specifically for WordPress use. If you want to learn more about the different types of hosting and look at what options you have, we've created a video specifically explaining the different types of hosting. You can click on the link on the top right of your screen right now if you want to check out this video. And within that WordPress hosting option, you have 3 different price tiers, one for $5.99 per month over here, which is the startup plan, one for $8.99 per month, and one for $14.99 per month. And these are the prices you'll pay in advance for an annual subscription. There are web hosts that might offer a cheaper price, but I still stick with SiteGround for now. If you're only looking to build one website, then the starter plan should suit you just fine, especially if your website is not likely to get more than 10,000 visitors per month. And if you know your exact requirements for your website, you can choose based off the features they've outlined for each tier right here. A great alternative hosting to SiteGround is Cloudways. Cloudways has a pay-as-you-go plan, so you don't have to sign up for a whole year all at once. Cloudways also has amazing performance and support, but you might have to pay a little bit more depending on what options you're going for. As you can see here, there's a vast number of different options provided by Cloudways. Essentially, they manage a cloud-based hosting like DigitalOcean, AWS, or Google Cloud for you. And you can get started with as little as $12 per month, and what you get for that is really awesome, and it specifies that over here. If you want to check out Cloudways, I've left a link for you in the description below. But in this tutorial, let's go ahead with SiteGround, and once you've decided on a plan, you can go ahead and press Get Plan right here, the orange button, and that will take us into step 2, where we have to register our domain name. As I mentioned earlier, you can register a new domain name with SiteGround as opposed to Google Domains. The benefit with Google Domains here is that if you decide to switch your hosting plan to another provider, if you're with Google Domains, you can easily switch without having to transfer your domain name first. Since we have a domain name from before, we can press I already have a domain and enter the one we're using. So that's going to be yesbsf.com right here, and we can press proceed. All right, that brings us into step number 3, review and complete. And it says, congratulations, your SiteGround hosting account will be ready in a few minutes. Here, all you have to do is enter the email address you want to associate your SiteGround account with, your password over here, and then you enter some client information like the country you're from, your name, your address, the city, and your phone number. After that, you can enter your card details over here. And down below over here, this is where you choose the period for your hosting plan. Currently, it's set to 12 months, and that's the best deal as you can see here, and that gives you the price that we saw earlier, the $5.99 per month, billed at $71.88 for the whole year. And that's if you purchase this 12-month deal right here. But if you drop that down here, you can see you can choose 1 month, 24 months, or 36 months. If you choose 1 month, it actually increases the price by a lot, and it becomes $25 per month right here. So we're going to go ahead and continue with 12 months. You can choose whatever you're happy with, and once that's done, you can go down here, confirm that you've read the agreement over here. You can read that over here if you'd like to. And you can also opt in to receive some promotional content from them via email right here. And once you're happy with that, you can press the blue button right here and pay now. All right, because I'm already registered with SiteGround, I've just gone ahead and logged in and went to the menu to add a new website. If you're registering a new website for the first time, you should end up on a similar screen as well, and you can follow along with these steps exactly. All right, as we know, we're using an existing domain, yesbsf.com, which is registered on Google Domains. We can go ahead and press select over here, and we can enter our Google Domains domain name over here, yesbsf.com once again, and we can press continue down here. And over here, it gives us 3 options right here: start new website, migrate a website. This is where you move your website from another host onto this host, so you can migrate your website as is onto a new hosting if you'd like to, or you can skip and create an empty site down here. But we're going to be installing WordPress, and SiteGround makes it really easy to do that. So we're going to click here, start new website, install a new application. Press select right here, and that already pops up with some options over here: WordPress, WooCommerce, and Weebly Site Builder. And of course, we're going to press WordPress down here, press select, and this is where you can enter your WordPress admin details. So this will be the password that you'll enter to log into your WordPress dashboard or backend. And you can go ahead and enter your own email address and password that you prefer as well. And once you're ready, we can press continue. And then SiteGround does have a little bit of an upsell over here, SG Site Scanner. It's basically a monitoring service that checks your website daily and checks if it's been hacked or injected with any malicious code, as it tells you over here. We're not going to add that right now. We're just going to go ahead and press finish. And right now, SiteGround is going to go ahead and create our website. So within a few minutes, it should all be ready. And there you go. It's all done. You're all set. Your website with domain yesbsf.com has been created. Check out our tips on how to proceed to manage your host. So we have one more step ready to connect our domain name, which is on Google Domains, to our SiteGround hosting. And that's using the step right here, point your domain. Please point your domain to the new host server. And these 2 lines here, they're really important. They're called name servers. And essentially, it's going to help us connect our domain on Google Domains to our hosting on SiteGround. So keep this page open, and we're going to go back onto Google Domains. Open that right here, and we're going to select the domain we're using. So at the moment, yesbsf.com. And when we click that, we'll get all the settings related to that domain name. And what we're interested in is on the left-hand side, DNS right here. And that will bring you into the DNS settings for your domain name. And what we're going to try to do here is enter the name servers from SiteGround onto our DNS settings over here. And to do that, first we're going to go up here and press Custom Name Servers. And that will bring us into this menu here. And we have to click on Manage Name Servers. And that will drop it down. And I've previously used SiteGround name servers on this domain name, so it's already filled in. But what you have to do now is go back onto SiteGround, copy the first line here, ns1.siteground.net, copy. You can press Ctrl-C, and then go over here, ns1.siteground.net. We can just Ctrl-V and paste that into the first one, like that. And we're going to do the same thing with the second one. Copy that once again. We can paste that in here as well. And that's it. That's all you have to do here. We just press Save. And at the bottom, it tells you name servers are saved. And you also have to make sure that you're switched to these settings and they're not using the default name server settings over here. So I'm going to press Switch to these settings right here. All right. And once it's all working, you should say right here, these DNS settings are active. Changes are published immediately, but will take time to propagate. So what it's telling you there is that it'll actually take a few minutes for all the changes to take effect. All right. That's all we have to do with Google Domains. We can actually go ahead and close it now. And back on SiteGround, we can go ahead and click on Site Tools. And this will give you options related to everything that's under the hood in terms of your hosting plan. So over here, you have site, security, speed, your WordPress, and all those details. And if we click on WordPress over here, install and manage, it will show you that it has a WordPress installation on your website. the current version and everything. And you can also go ahead and log into your admin panel by clicking this button over here under Actions, Log into Admin Panel. You can click on that and it will open up your domain name /WP admin. And as you can see here, welcome to your WordPress site. SiteGround is now connected to our domain name because this is showing to us it's working properly. And we can press exit over here. We'll continue and I'll show you exactly what to do. All right, here we are in the WordPress dashboard. Congratulations for making it this far. Our website is now ready. And next we'll proceed to customize it and really start making it your own. And the dashboard is everything to do with the under the hood aspect of your website. You can change the settings, you can install apps and plugins. You can also change the appearance all through the WordPress dashboard. But because we've installed WordPress using SiteGround, it does come with some SiteGround apps pre-installed. First, we're going to go ahead and remove them. So go into plugins over here. And as you can see, we've got SiteGround Central, SiteGround Optimizer, and SiteGround Security all installed. We're going to click on this check mark over here to select all of them. And under bulk actions, we're going to drop it down and press deactivate and hit apply. So now it's deactivated all three of the plugins. And we're going to do the same thing and delete these plugins as well. Awesome. So now there's no plugins currently installed. It's a clean install of WordPress and we're good to go. So first, I'm just going to show you what the website currently looks like. So if I go visit site right here, nothing here. This is the default installation of WordPress. So what we're going to do now is install a WordPress theme, which will give us additional functionality in terms of design and how the website looks and functions. And then we're going to install a starter template, which is a pre-built design that we can preload with all the functionality of a full website. And we'll make it look exactly like the website we saw in the intro of this video. So let's get started. First, we're going to go back into our dashboard up here, My WordPress, and click on Dashboard. And on the left-hand side menu, we're going to go into Appearance and click on Themes. And there's so many different themes to choose from. And as you can see, there's three already pre-installed. And what we're going to do here is go up into Add New. And that will bring us into all the themes available in the WordPress repository. And over here, this is the one we want to use, Astra. And if you can't see that over here, you can go ahead and search for it over here as well. Search Themes. And if we click on Astra, it'll show you a little bit of information about it. And you might be wondering why we're choosing Astra. Astra is the most popular WordPress theme in the world. It's incredibly fast and super customizable, and it suits any kind of website, whether it be a blog, a portfolio, a news website, or even an e-commerce store. So it works with a whole range of different websites, and it suits each and every one of them. So we're going to go up here and press Install, and it's going to begin installing our website. And once that's done, we can also activate it. And that's it. Our Astra theme has now been activated, as you can see here. And because Astra and Starter Templates are both Brainstorm Force products, as soon as we've installed Astra, you can see over here, did you know Astra comes with dozens of ready-to-use starter templates? So it's just a little prompt to go ahead and install starter templates to install a pre-built, professionally designed website template. So we can start by pressing this button that says Get Started. Otherwise, we can do it the long way, and we can go into Plugins over here and press Add New. And once we arrive here, this is the WordPress repository. It has all the different plugins available on WordPress right here, and you can search for them on this bar over here. So what we're going to do is search for starter templates, just like that. And the one we want to install is right here, this beautiful looking S logo, starter templates. And we're going to press install now. And again, once that's done, press activate as well. And there you go. The plugin has now been activated and we're back in the plugins menu and it shows you all the plugins we've got installed. Currently, it's just the starter templates plugin. So now that the plugin is installed, we can go ahead and press See Library over here. All right, and this brings us into the first step when loading up your starter template. Right in the middle here, you might see a familiar face explaining how the starter templates work, but you have me for that today. We're going to go ahead and down below, we're going to click this button here, Build Your Website Now. And on this step, you can choose the page builder that you'd like to build your website with. You have three options to choose from. You have Gutenberg Block Editor, which is the WordPress default page builder. And you have Elementor, which is probably the most common and popular one out there. And you also have Beaver Builder. If you don't know what a page builder is, it's essentially a tool that helps you build beautiful looking websites visually without having to use any coding. So over here you have three options. Like I said, you can go ahead and choose one you'd like. But for this video, we're going to go ahead with Block Editor because this is the WordPress default one. Sometimes when you're using third-party page builders, they might affect the performance of your website a little bit. And because of that, we're going to go ahead with Block Editor right here. And that brings you into the full library of starter templates that you have available for the Gutenberg Block Editor. As you can see, you have so many different options to choose from. Doesn't matter if you have a plant shop, steakhouse, digital agency, no matter what your business is, you'll find a beautiful looking, fully functional starter template that you can use to start building your website with. So if I scroll down below, you'll see so many different options that you can choose from, and all of these are fully customizable as well. And for the website we're building today, once again, we're building a website for a web designer. So the one we're going to use is this one here. It already says here, web developer. And once we click on the template we want to use, that will bring you into this next screen here. As you can see on the right-hand side, you have a preview of what the website looks like. You have a little blurb about the designer himself and what they do. Right here, what I do. You have beautiful pictures, widgets, and everything that we might need for our website is already there in this template. So if I scroll back up, this is what it will look like once again. And on the left-hand side here, you have an option to upload your logo for your website if you already have one. So you can go ahead and upload that by clicking over here. And you can also adjust the logo width down here. And if you don't have a logo just yet, you can of course go to the next step right here. You don't have to upload one right now. In this video, we're going to upload our logo later on. So we can go ahead and press skip and continue down here. And this step is one of my favorite features in starter templates, and you can actually choose a color scheme from these options here, as well as new font options down here as well. Let's go ahead and play around with these just to see what they look like with the different colors. So we have a purple one here, and you'll notice that changed some parts of the website. And over here we have a red one as well. And it just changes the whole look of the website. So I'm just going to click through these here. As you can see, as we click through these colors on the left-hand side, you can see it live on the preview over here, and it shows you what this color palette can look like. So it's really cool. I'm just going to leave it on default right here, and we're going to modify the colors later on. And then down here, we can also change the fonts, like I mentioned before. Currently, this shows you what fonts are being used on the template right now, and you have 8 other options you can choose from. Once again, I'm going to cycle through these. You can see that the fonts are changing as I click through these presets. But you might also notice that some of these areas here, including the name right here and this text right here, isn't changing along with this. And that's because this has been modified in the page builder itself outside of this customization menu here. And I'll show you how you can change that later in the video as well. So now we're going to leave these as default, and we're going to continue right here. And this brings us into the last step before we begin importing our starter template. And right here, you have an optional form you can fill in to opt in for some newsletters and special offers from starter templates. If you want to opt in for that, you can fill that in right here and check this box right here as well. And down here, you will also see some advanced options. The first one being import customizer settings. If you want your website to look exactly like the demo one from the starter template website, then I recommend you have this checked. And down here, import widgets, same reasoning. We want to import all the widgets that's shown in the demo template as well. So we're going to leave that checked as well. And down here, it says import content, and we're going to leave that checked as well because it's going to import all the images, menus, all the content from the demo onto our website here. And the last one here, share non-sensitive data. So this will share non-sensitive data about starter templates with our developers so we can make even better products for you. So of course, we're going to leave that checked as well. And we're going to click this button here, submit and build my website. Let's go. And as you can see, Starter Templates is now installing your template for you. So you can kick back, relax, and let it do its thing. There we go. Our website is ready now. And as it says here, it took just 14 seconds to build our website. And that's amazing. And if you use Twitter, you can go down here and press click to tweet exactly how fast we were able to install our starter template. And that's it. Now we can go ahead and click up here, view your website, to go check out our brand new WordPress website with our beautiful looking starter template. Let's go. And there you have it. Our fully functional, beautifully designed WordPress website is good to go. It's been fully loaded with the content, the text, menus, and everything you see here, just in that one single click we did earlier. And it's amazing. All right, now that our template has been fully loaded, that's the first major step when designing your WordPress website. Now let's go back into our dashboard and continue with the next steps. So I'm going to go over here at the top and press dashboard. Just going to get rid of this over here. And this is your WordPress dashboard. And now that we're back in the WordPress dashboard, we're just going to go into plugins over here. And you can see that with the starter template, it's also gone ahead and installed Ultimate Add-ons for Gutenberg, which is a product by Brainstorm Force, which adds some more functionality and design options within Gutenberg Block Editor. And this has been used to create the template that we saw earlier. So it's already been installed for us, as well as WP Forms Lite. This is a really good contact form plugin, and that's being used in the starter template as well. As you can see, both of them have been installed for us along with the template. But next, I'm going to show you some other plugins that we can add to the website to add some more functionality, security, and more. To do that, we're going to go up here and press Add New. And this is where you can search for any plugin that you want to add functionality to your website. Think of plugins as like apps on your phone. You can add them onto your website to add some more functionality and more design choice and so much more. If you want to do something on your website, there's probably a plugin that already does that for you. So over here, we can go ahead and search for the plugins we want. And right now, we're going to go ahead and add 5 different plugins to add some additional functionality to your website. They're going to be a caching plugin to improve the speed of your website, an image optimization plugin to optimize the images on our website, and a security plugin to keep our website safe and secure, a search engine optimization plugin to help our website rank with Google search and other search engines, as well as a backup plugin to keep your website backed up in case something goes wrong. To start off, let's go ahead with the caching plugin. Go up here and type in W3 total cache, just like that, and it will load up the results for you. And as you can see here, W3 total cache, you can go ahead and press install now. And once that's done, we can also press activate. See? And as you can see down here, W3 total cache has now been installed, and it tells you over here that it dramatically improves the speed and experience of your WordPress website. And that's awesome. And next, we're going to go ahead and add new once again, and we're going to look for Imagify. This one right here, and this is our image optimization plugin, optimize images and convert WebP. That's the one we want. Install now. And we're also going to activate it once again. You can see a banner right here to configure your Imagify. We'll leave that for a little bit later. We're going to continue adding our plugins. Going to add now. And next we're going to get a WordPress security plugin, and that's going to be WordFence. You can search for that here. And once again, WordFence security, firewall, and malware scan. We're going to click install now and activate. And with WordFence, you can add your email address over here to set it up. And you can also choose to opt into their email list right here. For now, we're going to press no. We're going to check and agree to the terms and conditions and press continue. And over here, this is for the premium version of the plugin. We're going to press no thanks over here and just use the free version. As you can see, WordFence has already been installed as well. And next, we're going to go ahead and add new once again. And now we're going to go ahead and find our SEO plugin. So we're going to search for Yoast SEO. And that's this one over here. We're going to press install now. And as you can see here, all the plugins we've installed are freemium plugins, which means that they have a free version and a paid version as well. But for this tutorial, I'm just installing the free versions, and they'll still give you the basic functionality. But if you want more premium options and more features, you can check out the premium versions. I'll make sure to leave links in the description below for you. And lastly, we're going to go ahead and add one more plugin, and that's our backup plugin. So we're going to go into add new at the top, and we're going to search for Updraft Plus. And the one we want is here, Updraft Plus WordPress Backup Plugin. Go ahead and install now and activate that as well. And here we are. Updraft Plus has also been installed. And those are all the plugins that I'd recommend you install when you're setting up your new WordPress website. We have our caching plugin over here to improve the speed, as I've said. We've got our backup plugin over here. We've got a security plugin. We've got our search engine optimization plugin. And we've also got our image optimization plugin too. We have videos on these topics, so I'll make sure to leave links in the description below for you. All right. Next, we're going to go back into the Appearance tab over here and go back into Themes. Since we're only working with the Astra theme, we can actually go ahead and remove the other ones that came pre-installed. I'm just going to click over here, and down at the bottom right here, you can see a delete button. Let's go ahead and click that. It's going to ask us if we want to proceed. Yep, press OK. I'm going to do the same for the other two as well. Just like that. And the last one here. Since we're not using them, we don't need to keep them activated and installed. And we only need the Astra theme right here. And now that that's done, we can go ahead and start customizing our WordPress website and make it match your branding and colors and all those details. To do that, we're going to go into Appearance tab right here and go down into Customize. And this brings you into the Customizer menu for your WordPress website. You can see there's a lot of different options over here to customize your WordPress website with. It even shows you the theme we're using, the Astra theme. And you can see here you're customizing your WordPress website, which is currently called My WordPress. And what we're going to be doing in this step is we're going to be changing the logo over here, changing the colors, the font. I'll show you how you can fully customize this website and really make it your own to match your branding for your business. Let's start from the top and work our way down. So first we're going to go ahead and adjust the logo. Then we're going to change the colors and the font. So let's go ahead over here and go into Header Builder. This is for the header up here, as you can see here. You can also access this by clicking on the pencil icon over here. We're going to go over here, Header Builder. And right here, this is our Header Builder menu. You can see we have our site title and logo right there, and our primary menu on the right-hand side here. You can see the orientation down here as well. You can move these blocks around to modify the layout exactly how you want to. So you can move the site title and logo to the middle if you'd want to. You can move it to the left, keep it on the same row as the menu, or keep the menu higher. As you can see, it changes. So it's totally up to you how you want to customize the layout. I'm just going to leave this as default. First, we're going to go ahead and modify the logo right here. So I'm going to click Edit. So right here, we have two different logos. The first one is the basic logo right here, and this one is the Retina logo. So the Retina logo is for users that view your website on a higher resolution display. So by rule of thumb, it's better to have your Retina logo 2 times larger than your standard logo right here. All right, so I already have a logo pre-designed. If you don't have a logo, there's a ton of resources out there that'll help you design your first logo, or you can alternatively hire a designer to do that as well. But one tip I can give you is you can check out a website like Canva right here, and they have many different logo designs that you can choose from and customize. As you can see, it's a huge library of design templates, and most of them are available for free as well. So you can look into that if you want to design a free logo, and you can bring that onto your WordPress website. All right, back over here. Once you have your logo ready, we can go ahead and hit change logo. And then here you can upload your logo file. So let me open that up right now. And here I have my logo for WP Design right here. This one was made on Canva completely for free. I'm going to press select down here once it's loaded up. It even lets you crop the image, so you can select exactly what you want. Hit crop image. And as you can see, it's changed up there. And at the moment, it's currently not in the right scale. What you can do there is then go down here to logo width, and you can adjust it until you're happy with what it looks like. And at the moment, I think I'm pretty happy with that. The logo looks good, but the design I'd say is probably not the best design, but because you can't really see the word design right there in the logo. Maybe if we increase the scale, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. But at the moment, I think it's fine just for this demonstration. We'll keep it as is right there. And for now, I'm just going to disable the logo for the Retina displays. If you have your high resolution logo right here, you can continue to upload that the same way as we did for the regular logo. So I'm going to toggle that off, and I'm just going to adjust the scale just a little bit. Keep it around 100 pixels right there. I'm just going to enter that in. All right, I'm happy with that. And then you also have some options here, display site title. So if I toggle that on, it will show you the site title up here. We're going to toggle that off because we just want to have the logo up there. You can also display the site tagline right there, but we're going to leave that off as well. Anyway, down here, site icon. This is the icon that appears at the top of your web browser window where it says the title of the name. So I'm just going to go over here, and you can select an icon to go in there as well. So for this icon, you need to have it as a square resolution. Usually it's 500 pixel by 500 pixel limit. So you can go ahead and click here, select site icon. And right here, I'm going to select the WP design right here, this one, the one that we initially uploaded before cropping. And at the moment, it's already cropped in for us, and it gives you a preview of what it can look like right here as the icon. And it's going to appear right here as well at the top of the tab, right beside your site title. I'm going to press crop image. And once that's all changed, you can see a preview right here, how it'll look like on your web browser. And right here, if you look closely, you can see the WP logo as well. Maybe it's not the best design choice for a logo, but you can see how it works. You can upload your icon right here. And again, it says here 512 by 512 pixels. That would be the ideal size for this icon. All right, once that's all done, don't forget to hit publish. So we've successfully changed the logo for our website. That's all done. And right now, if you want to go ahead and change the menu at the top, we can also go back into our header builder. And at the bottom here, you can see the primary menu. And once you click on that, it'll bring up the menu settings right here. And from there, you can go to configure menu right here. And you can see we can add a primary menu, secondary menu, off canvas menu. But the one we're interested in here is the primary menu. We can click on edit menu right here, and that will show you our full header menu right there. You have your home page link, about us, services, portfolio, and contact. Right here, you can actually drag and reorganize how it looks like. As you can see, the contact button is now in the middle of the menu. I'm going to put it back. You can also drag one of these buttons here and make it a child of another button. For example, if you want to add your About Us page underneath your services page as a child, you can drag it in like that and watch it change. And now you have a drop down showing you the About button as a child of the services button right here. That's really cool. I'm going to drag that back and reset it. At the moment, I'm really happy with how it looks. Whoops, fix it there. I think I'm happy with how it looks by default. We're going to leave this as is. So the header looks pretty good to me. We're going to hit publish once again. And next, we're going to go back into our customizer menu right here. And we're going to go down here into site identity. And we're going to click on site title and logo settings. And one thing I forgot to show you when we change the logo is to change the site title and tagline as well. So if I click on here under the toggle where it says my WordPress website, you can change it to the title of your website. We're going to change it to WP Design. So it's going to show up right there. So we're going to publish that. We're also going to untoggle it so that it removes it from the header and press publish. Now your website title should match what you wrote over there. And we also want to check if our tagline's there, and we want to remove this and hit publish as well. And because we don't have a tagline there, it's not going to show up at the top either. If you want, you can go ahead and untoggle that as well. And again, we're going to go back into our customizer menu. All right, for the next step, we're going to go ahead and change the colors of our website to better match the colors of our branding. If you currently don't have a color palette for your branding, you can go into a website called coolors.com. This one you see right here. And they have tons of different color palettes you can choose from if you don't currently have one. And it's all for free. So let's have a look. Let's choose one that we can go forward with. Let's go ahead and select this green color you see here. It's got a range of different shades of green, as well as a little bit of a blue kind of gray color and a darker color as well. I think it'll really suit the palette that we've got for the current website. And once you've selected one you like, you can go ahead and press the 3 dots right here and press open in the generator. Here, if you want, you can modify this color palette as well. You can add more colors. You can randomize the colors. You can click on this toggle lock right here if you want to save that color when you continue to randomize or generate more colors. But the feature that I like the most is that you can actually copy the hex code from any of these colors. So when we're actually modifying the colors on our website itself on WordPress, we can copy the hex code and paste it onto the WordPress customizer. So it's really easy. We're going to keep that open for now. We're going to go back into the customizer. We're going to go into global right here, and we're going to click on colors. And this brings me to a really cool feature that comes with Astra, and that's the global color palette. Basically, the global color palette is a palette of colors that you can assign to any part of your website. And what's really cool is if you change any of these global colors, the same change will reflect on any area of the website that's associated with that global color. Let me show you how it works. Currently, you can see here, black, and the black is the color that's assigned to heading colors, as well as link colors. So if I go ahead and change this to, let's say, a red, all the areas on the website that had black previously or had that black global color assigned has now changed to red. So it's really easy, and it's really awesome how that works. It makes it so much easier to work with. And now that we know how the global color palette works, let's go ahead and incorporate the Coolors color palette we had before onto this website. So if I go back here, you can see this is the color palette we chose. And first, what we're going to do is on our website, we're going to try and change this background color you see here right at the top. And we're going to change that into one of the colors from our new palette. And for me, I think this Cambridge blue you see here, and that's really interesting because it looks more like a sage green rather than a blue, but whatever. We're going to copy the hex code right here. We're going to go back into customize. And we're going to look for the global color that's associated with the background you see here. And I think it's this one right here. So what we're going to do is change the hex code right here and paste the one we just copied. All right, that's not the one we wanted. So we're going to leave that one. I think it's this one right here. And we're going to change the hex code you see there, and boom. As you can see, it's changed that whole area into that cool Cambridge blue color. And yeah, over here as well. And down here, all the different blocks that had that same background color is now that Cambridge blue color, or a sage green, whatever it is, right here. So you can see right here, content background was assigned to that color you see here, and that's how it worked. And if you decide to assign a different global color to it, you can click on that and click on a different global color as well. So now it's assigned to that dark blue you see here. Again, we're going to assign it back to that, and we're going to continue changing the global colors up here, just to incorporate the colors from this color palette here. So next, what we're going to do is try to change the heading color from the red. And I think what'll work here is something darker. So maybe we'll work with the teal blue or the outer space Crayola. Naming these colors must be such a fun job. Let's go ahead and use one of them and see how it looks. So I'm going to go for the outer space Crayola first. Copy that. Come back in here. And at the moment you can see that the text color is that gray, this one here. Oh, so we're going to change the heading color from red. So click on the red over here. I'm going to paste that over here. And you can see it's replaced it with that dark Crayola kind of color. And in my opinion, that looks quite good at the moment. But what you might notice is that it hasn't actually changed some of the headings you see here. That's still in black. That one as well. And what that means is that these headings were probably adjusted within Gutenberg Block Editor. So anything that doesn't change when we adjust it in the global color palette was probably adjusted within the block editor itself. So what we're going to have to do is later, we're going to have to go into Gutenberg Block Editor and figure out if we can change that and modify it within the block editor itself. We'll get into that later on after we finish adjusting it in Customizer. So any areas that are currently not adjusting, we'll modify them later on. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Now we're going to change the text color from the gray, and we're going to change it into the teal blue. And that looks more like a blue to me than any of the other colors. So up here, and we're going to paste it. And that looks quite good to me. Web developer over here as well. And I think that's pretty good. That's pretty readable in my opinion. We might be able to change that to something darker, but for now, for this demonstration, I think that's really good. Next up, we're going to change all these blue accents, the blue up here, the blue here, and the arrows. We're going to try change those. So those are related to the theme color and the link hover color as well. And they are coming from these two blue colors you see here. So we're going to go back into our color palette. I think the green sheen you see here might be a good color for that. Let's see how it looks. Or if not, we'll go into the tea green you see here. But I think the tea green might be a little bit too light for these lighter areas. All right, so I'm going to go here, click on this color. Once again, replace that. And that one was linked with the theme color, and that's changed the color up here. Next, we're going to change the font styles of the website. It currently looks pretty good, and this is the one that comes preloaded. It's a professionally designed combination, and I think it looks really good. I'm just going to show you how you can change it in case you want to change it to something that better matches your branding. So how to do that? Go into Global right here and click on Typography. And here we are in the Typography menu. You can see a lot of different options here, but let me simplify them down for you. One really cool option with Astra is that you get some typography presets you see up here. These are 6 professionally selected typography pairings you can see here. And if you click on them, they'll change your whole website to match that pair. You can see here it looks a little bit different from the initial one. Here's another option you see here. Another one there. A bit more of a bold one right here. Number 5. As you can see, you can click around and see if there's one that you really like. And for now, I think for this demonstration, I quite like how clean this current combination looks. I think it shows up quite well. But if you want to change that, of course, you can do so. Once you've selected a preset, or if you just want to adjust specific font styles and select the exact ones you want, you can do so as well. So down here, body font family. So this is for all the body text, like the ones you see here. Currently, it's set to the Carla font. You can drop it down and change it to any of the fonts that you see here. And what's really cool is Astra does come with all of the Google fonts pre-installed as well. So you can select from so many different font options, almost 1,000 different font options as well. So I'm pretty sure you can find exactly what you're looking for. Then down here, you can adjust the size, the weight, the line height, paragraph margin, bottom. And you can also do the same thing with the headings as well. So you have complete ability to customize all of it in any way that you want. And down here, you can choose H1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, and so on. So the complete customizability is at your fingertips. You can design it exactly how you want to. But for this demo, I'm pretty happy with how it looks right now. We're going to leave it as is. We're going to hit publish as well. All right, and now we're going to scroll down all the way to the bottom of the website, and we're going to take a look at the footer here. So at the bottom right here, it says based in New York, working worldwide, get in touch. And you got your social buttons right here, Instagram, Dribbble, Behance, and LinkedIn. You got services as well, and these are all clickable links. And if you want to modify this, I'm going to show you how to do that. So you can click on this button over here, or you can go into the footer builder on the left-hand side you see here. I'm going to click on that. And just like the header builder, we have a similar layout right here where you can modify where these different widgets go. You can move the position, make any type of layout that you want. And this is really cool. It gives you a lot of freedom to have the exact look that you're after. You can adjust where they go, adjust which line it sits on. And there you go. It's really, really easy to modify. For example, if you want to modify this area right here, you can click on the widget down here. A little bit of an explanation. Got it. And currently it's a custom HTML, and you can see here the text is written there, the title, and we've got our logo here as well that says get in touch. So you can modify the text right here, change that to whatever you like. In the same way, if we click on the widgets on the right hand side, we've got a social widget right here. We've got our social buttons. It's the name of the title, and here's the menu right here. And that's the menu you select right there, the social menu. If you want to modify that, you can modify from the menus as well. Right here, I just clicked on the pencil icon right here beside social, and that took me to the menu social tab. And you can see here, you've got the different options. You can add items, you can click on it and customize it. You can change the name right here under navigation enable. Let's say if you want Facebook rather than Instagram, you can do so. Right there, you can see change to Facebook, and you can paste the Facebook URL for your Facebook page here as well. In the same way, you can do the same thing for Dribbble, Behance, or LinkedIn as well. You can just paste it here. You can modify it. It's really easy to do. And over here on the services, it's very similar. You click on the services menu on the pencil icon, and it shows you the services menu right here. And again, you can modify them, make one of the items a child item, the other one, so it's indented right here. I'm gonna bring that back. And of course, you can click it, add a URL right there, adjust the text. So basically, you can customize the footer and the header in any way you want. And currently, I'm going to leave it as is. I'm pretty happy with that. And now that's all we have to do within WordPress Customizer. Next, we're going to go into Gutenberg block editor and begin customizing the website even further within the block editor. So once that's all done, make sure to hit publish. And we're going to close that right here, press the X button. And we're back in the WordPress dashboard. Next, we're going to go into pages you see right here. And this is where it'll show you all the pages that are currently on your website. You have your about page, your contact page, your home page, portfolio, privacy policy, and more right here. So anything you want to customize, you can open it up right here by pressing the edit button and begin customizing it. So for now, we're going to go ahead and modify the home page and make the changes we spoke about before. So I'm going to click over here and press edit. And here we are on our home page, and this is where we can modify and edit the contents of our home page. So currently you can see it without the header or the footer at the bottom. And that's because we're only modifying the page itself. And if you're modifying any other pages as well, it'll show you the same kind of layout you see here and the same options. But if you want to modify the header and footer and everything on top, you'll have to do that through the customizer like we did before. There's a few things we're going to change on here. So first, we're going to try and fix that color on these areas here that didn't change from the global colors. Same with here, these icons there. And next, what we're going to do is also modify these pictures right here. I'm going to show you how you can replace this picture with a picture that you choose. Same as this background one here, this parallax effect picture in the background. And I'm going to leave these ones right here, the ones that come from the portfolio. But once you're ready, you can swap them out for ones that come from your own portfolio as well. And I'll show you how to do that. All right, we're going to go back to the top right here. Once we click on this area right here, you should see this menu on the right-hand side. If I click on color right here, once it drops down, I can select this and make it match the color I'd like it to be. And what you'll see here, you have text colors right here, and you also have background colors. And what you might notice here is that all these colors here are being pulled from our global color palette. So what we can do now is select the one we want to use. As you can see, it's changed to that color, but in my opinion, it looks too similar to that one. It's the exact same one, I mean, so we can change it to the darker blue, or that one you see here. Right, I think that looks pretty good. We're going to do the same for these two. I'm going to select them there, and assign them to that global color, color 3. Boom. And I think that looks good. It's now matching the rest of the color palette we have. I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to go down here. And now we're going to modify this arrow right here, and we're going to replace that as well. So what we can do here is actually click on the arrow itself, and you can see it's actually an image because it brings up the image menu on the right-hand side. So we can't directly change the color of it unless we modify the image itself. And for now, I think what we'll do is actually just delete it. So we can hit delete button right here, and that gets rid of it. As you can see, it looks pretty good. And we're going to do the same thing over here, and we're going to do the same thing over here, just like that. All right, so now that we've removed all the areas that had the color issue, we're going to now try to replace the image right here to something else. So if I click on it right here, we can go to replace, open media library, and you can see here that currently this is a picture of the guy called Alex, just a stock photo. And next, we're going to upload a photo of the imaginary person that owns WP Design for this tutorial. Let's go ahead and select it. See, this guy right here. I'm going to press select. And as you can see, it's kind of cropped a little bit weird. Before it was a nice circle. You can see with the rounded setting over here. If you want to just change that to default, you can do that. But that's because the previous image was actually a square image. So when it actually did the rounded effect, it ended up being a circle. So what we can do now is actually go back into replace, open media library, and we can edit this image right here. And over here, we can actually go ahead and crop this image. So we're going to go ahead and crop. I'm going to move this a little bit right here. And you can see when you moved it right here on the selection, the values changed as well. So what we can do now, try and make it a square profile. So there you go. So at the moment, it's currently a square selection. We're just going to center it about his face. That looks good to me. We're going to press the crop button once again. And there you go. Press save. Boom. All right. Now we can press select. And that's replaced our photo. And once again, if you'd like to, you can go ahead and press the rounded setting right here. And there you have it. And that's how you can change a photo on your website. It's really easy within Gutenberg Block Editor. And just for the sake of it, we're going to change the name of the guy as well. We'll call him John. Call him John Doe, web developer. You can change the email right here. It's really easy. Just highlight it, start typing in whatever you want. So maybe we can write something like john@wpdesignexample.com, something like that, whatever you want. You can change the number. It's really easy. You just click and modify the text. Easy as that. Same thing here, just right here, modify it here. And within Gutenberg Block Editor, you have a specific hierarchy of the different blocks you see here. To check that out, you can go up here and you can see that first it has a group, and within the groups, you can have different blocks. For example, you have the heading ones right here. Within this block, you have columns, You have a column right there and a column right here. You have the heading on the left-hand side, 2 paragraphs on the right-hand side. And if you want to move these blocks or groups around, you can click on that one right here and it'll bring up this menu. You can just click on these dots right here and just drag it to any position you want. So you can see right here, we've positioned this block in a different area of the website, and you can move them around as you see fit to get the exact design you want. I'm going to drag that back once again, put that in right underneath the About Me section, just like it was. I'm just showing you that it's possible to do that. Now we're going to change this image right here as well. We can click on that. You can see it's this one right here, a cover. And at the top here, you have a menu. We're going to hit Replace, Open Media Library, and you have a bunch of different images right here. I'm just going to select one that we already have, one of the stock images, and just use that over here. I quite like this notebook one you see here. We're going to select that. I think it's not the right resolution over here, so it doesn't look that good. I'm going to open a different one. You can see that this one's quite big. It's 1920 by 1080 pixels. What I'm going to do is upload another image as well. So I'm going to go into Select Files, and I'm going to upload this one you see here. It's kind of like an agency stock image. Let's load it up. I'm going to press Select. You can see that it's now loaded up here as well. Just to show you that any image over here can be changed to exactly what you want. So I think that looks pretty good. Let me scroll down and see if we can change anything else. I think that's it. I think that's all we need to do within Gutenberg Block Editor. Pretty happy with all those changes. Don't forget to hit the update button on the top right here. Press update and everything's updated. So now we can go and check out our page right here, view page. As you can see, we've got a new image right here. The areas that were black before are now in that dark green color, exactly how we want. We missed one right here, so we're going to go back. We can edit that. Right here, same thing. I'm going to select that color. I'm going to select this one. Boom, all done. Hit update. Once again, view the page. And in terms of design, that's basically it. That's how you can customize your website to look exactly how you want it to. You can do the same thing that we did on the home page to the About Us page. Like this. It already has a design loaded up. The colors and everything look perfect. If you want to change anything specific, you can always go into the edit page right here and do the same thing and modify the blocks within Gutenberg Block Editor. You can do the same thing on the services page, portfolio page, and contact page as well. I'm just going to quickly show you how you can modify this contact page because it's a little bit different from the other pages because it has a map and a contact form as well. So let's go into edit page, and we're back in Gutenberg Block Editor, and right here you can see our contact page and all the blocks that are currently on the page. And the one we want to modify is this Contact Us page. So if you click here, you can see that it's using a form right here. If you drop it down, you can select a form or contact form. And right here, this contact form in particular is from WP Forms, which was installed as a separate plugin along with the starter template we loaded up. So what we have to do to modify that is we actually have to go into our WordPress dashboard. I'm going to open it up in another window. And that brings us into the Pages menu within the dashboard. You might notice a few different notifications around. And those are just from the new plugins that we installed earlier in the video. We can check them out later. For now, you can ignore them. And what we're going to do is go into WP Forms right here and click on All Forms. And as you can see right here, it's a contact form that's currently being used on our contact page. You can press Edit. And this is our contact form right here. You can see we have our name, first name, last, email address, and a message as well, and a submit button right here. WP Forms is really cool. It's really easy to create any type of form you want. So all you have to do is just select any of these fields right here. For example, we can add a single line text, and that's added it down here. We can change the name of it right here as well by clicking on it. For example, if you want to add the address, you can enter that here. You can fill that in as well. And if we want to delete that, you can go ahead and press the delete button right here, or you can duplicate it as well. So if I duplicate it, it adds another one down here. So I'm just going to delete those right now. You have a bunch of different fields you can choose from. You have paragraph text, kind of like that one right here, multi-choice. So we can add a multi-choice. You can edit the choices right here. You can add more choices and so on. Press delete. If you want to delete one of the choices, you can add a description as well. After the multi-choice, you can also add image choices as well, which is really cool. I'm going to delete that right here. Basically, any of these features here, you can just click on them and insert it into your form. And it doesn't have to be a contact form. It can be a sign-up form or anything of that particular. And that's basically how you can create any form you'd like. You can modify the settings, the button right here, button text, processing text as well. So anything you want, you can customize right here. For now, I'm happy with the contact form you see here. I'm just showing you how you can modify it if you wish to do so. So I'm not going to bother saving that one because we haven't made any changes. I'm just going to close it and head back into Gutenberg Editor with our contact page. And down right here, you can see where we have the code for the embedded Google Maps, as you saw on the page. and I'll show you how you can get it. And here we are in Google Maps, and I've actually got the Eiffel Tower loaded up just for fun, just for this example. And what we're going to do is embed this map onto the contact page of our website. So how you do that is you go into Share, and you can press Embed a Map. Right here, you can see this. This is what we're going to put onto our website. So we can actually copy this code right here. You can actually choose the size as well. So if you want large, small, medium. So we're going to actually go with a large one. We're going to copy this code. We're going to go back into Gutenberg Block Editor. And right here, we're going to paste this and replace the text that was there with the new text we just copied. I'm going to press Update. And now let's go ahead and view the page. If we scroll down, you can see here, that's our Eiffel Tower map right here. But currently it's not using the wide orientation. So let's go back and edit the page. So we're going to come back down here, and that has to do with the width and height of our map section there. Adjust the width from 800 pixels to 1920. And that should be basically the full width of most of our website. So I'm going to press Update right here. I'm going to go ahead and view page. And there we go. Now it's lining up with the edge right here. And that looks pretty good. And it's currently got the Eiffel Tower showing on our contact page, which is where our WordPress design business is. And it's a pretty cool location in my opinion. Next, I'm going to show you how to add a new page or new blog post. To do that, we're going to go into our WordPress dashboard once again. We're going to go into Pages down here. And we saw before that we already have these pre-installed pages. And to add a new page, all you have to do is add new right here. And at the moment, there's no design right here. You can add a title. You can choose to add blocks right here. But here's a really cool feature with starter templates. If you click on this button right here that says starter templates, you can add any of the pages that we saw on any of the different starter templates and load it up onto this page right here. It's really cool. And you can also add patterns, which are like pre-designed blocks with content already in them that you can add to your website. So you can import any one of these pre-designed blocks and use them straight away. Alternatively, you can also use wireframes, and these are kind of like patterns, but they don't have any pre-installed content in them. These are still fully functioning blocks that you can load up and begin customizing exactly how you want. Let's go ahead and add some just to show you how it works. If you want to search for anything in particular, you can do that here. So we're going to go ahead and add a portfolio just for fun. You can add a dark theme one or a light one. For this example, let's go ahead and load up this one. And it's gone ahead and imported it straight onto our website right here. And here you can make it full width or wide width. You can make it full width. And you can begin customizing it. You can adjust the text, the heading. You can add images and so on. The same way, you can load up a full page from any template you see here. So let's click on this one. And let's say we want to add the about page right here. So we can import it right here. As you can see, it's loaded up all the blocks. And this is the one we added previously. We can delete that one. And there you go. We fully imported that page from another template onto our page right here. And you can begin customizing it. All the blocks are right here. You can do whatever you want with it. I'm just going to close that and go back into the dashboard. And that's basically how you add a new page onto your WordPress website. Next, I'll show you how to add blog posts onto your website as well. To do that, we go into Post right here. A page is essentially a timeless, static page, just like the home page, About Us page, Contact Us page. It doesn't have any date associated with the page. On the other hand, blog posts are kind of like timely posts that have a publishing date attached to it as well. So we're going to go ahead and add a new post right here, and I'll show you how that works. So you can add the title for your website. I'm just going to write hello demo right here, and you can begin writing your article. Just for this example, I'm just going to go ahead and paste some sentences from a different part of the website, just like that. Copy paste that a few times just to add a bit of depth into this page. And this is what our blog post currently looks like. You can see our title here and the content itself. And on the right hand side, what's really cool is you have categories as well. So if you have a website with a lot of blog posts, you can actually add categories to them to help categorize the different blog posts based on the topic, whatever you feel like. So for example, we can go ahead and add a new category right here. Choose a category name. You can also specify a parent category as well. So for example, we're just going to keep it as example right now and add new category. So right now it's selected as example. And what we can do is set up a page where we only show posts from that specific category. For example, the example category. You can also add tags to your blog posts, web design, things like that, just to help you sort your content out a little bit better. Next, we can also add a featured image. You can click that right here. You can either upload an image just like usual, or you can select one from the media library as well. Just going to click this one right here, set featured image, selected that one right here. You can also choose to add an excerpt as well if you want to add one. But that looks pretty good to me. We're going to go ahead and publish this blog post. And the post has been published. We can go ahead and view the post. And here is our blog post right here. You can see the title, the image we put in, the author, the category. You also have a button to leave a comment, as well as the text right here. And down here we have the leave a comment section, so you can type in your comment right here as well. The button right here is a little bit hard to see, so we might need to adjust the colors later on. Anyway, we'll leave that for now. But the one thing that's of concern to me is that this background right here for this container where our blog post is currently sitting. I'm not actually a big fan of this part, the whole area looking green, but we can fix that. All we have to do is go into customize right here, go back into the customizer menu, and we're going to modify the colors. Once it loads up, we can go into global colors once again, right here. And this has got to do with the content background. So what we're going to do now is open that up and link it to the white color we see here, this one, and boom, instant change. And that looks really good to me. Let's have a look at our home page and make sure nothing on the home page has changed because of that. Awesome. So everything that we still had green on the home page is still green. So I'm happy with that. We're going to publish that. It's good to go. And this is our blog post as well. Let me just refresh that. I think that looks a lot better than having the green color in the background. So I'm really happy with that. Now let's just go ahead and go back to our home page. Here I'm going to show you how to add a block onto your home page that features all your latest blog posts. So what we're going to do is go back and edit the page. And we're going to scroll all the way down here. And we're going to add a group right here, just like that. Then we're going to go up to the top on the left-hand side, toggle block inserter. And we're going to scroll all the way down until we see ultimate add-on blocks. So these are the ones that are provided by our product, which is Ultimate Add-ons for Gutenberg. And you have a whole lot of different blocks that you can add to add some more functionality and more design options onto your website. So what we can do here is you have a whole lot of different options. You have advanced headings, post masonry, info boxes, price lists, things like that. And the one we're going to add here is a post carousel or post masonry. You can add any one of these here and all of them can feature a blog post. For this example, I'm going to go with the post carousel, drag it and drop it in here. And there we go. We have a post carousel right here and it's already loaded up our blog post that we created earlier. And it shows that right here. And if we have more posts, it'll show them side by side as well as part of the carousel. And the first option you see on the right hand side is pages or posts. So if I click on pages, it shows you what it looks like with multiple options. And currently it's showing us all the pages on the website as a carousel, which looks really cool. I'm going to change it back into posts. And here you can choose the category or tags that you want to use. In category right now it's set to all, but again, we can select the example category we created before. Alternatively, you can select tags and you can select one of the tags we added as well. So it's really cool. You can customize the carousel exactly how you want to show the exact content you want to display on your website. You can even choose the number of items. Currently it's set to 6. So if there were 6 blog posts, it will show all 6 of them right here. You can order them by date, time, a random, or even a menu order. Right here, you can choose the order, descending or ascending, number of columns. So I can change it to 1, so it's taking up a full spot. We'll leave it at 3. We can make it equal height. So it's really cool. It gives you a lot of customization, just like with everything else on WordPress. And just to make it look a little bit nice, I'm just going to go ahead and add a divider or separator just between those 2 blocks. This one right here, and I'm going to drag it in between these 2 right here. So just a little bit of a gap. And that's just one way of how you can show your blog posts on your WordPress website. Alternatively, you could have a dedicated blog page with some of these blocks showcasing your blog content. You can order them from new to old and just display your latest blog posts. That's just one way you can do it. I just wanted to show you how you can create one and set it up on your website. And now on to the next step of the tutorial, we're going to add a privacy policy onto our WordPress website. So we're going to go back into our WordPress dashboard. Oh, make sure you update the website before you go. Always remember to do that. We're going to go into pages. It's going to be a static page, so we're going to create one. But it already has a draft of a privacy policy page. I'm going to open this up. And it already has a draft of a privacy policy right here. And it gives you some suggested text here as well. So this is already kind of set up for you to begin creating your privacy policy page. And if you don't know how to create one for now, we can go ahead and easily generate a free privacy policy. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And we're going to go to freeprivacypolicy.com. I'm going to go generate free privacy policy right here. And this is for our website. So we're going to click that, click on next step. And we're going to fill this in right here. So what's the website URL? At the moment we're using, here we go, yazbsf.com. And what is the name of your website? Even though the domain name's different, we've been working with WP Design or WordPress Design. So we're going to write WP Design, just like that. and we're a business, and we can just, for the example, call it WP Design LLC. We're just going to copy this, for example, and enter it as our address right there. I'm going to change the country. I'm based in New Zealand. We're just going to go into New Zealand right here, just like that. And we're going to go into the next step. What kind of personal information do you collect from users? So you only have to select the ones that actually apply to you. So if your website's collecting any sort of forms, anything to do with email addresses, names, phone number, for example, at the moment, we're collecting the email address, first name, last name, as part of our contact form. And if you're collecting the phone number, we can enter that as well. So next, we can press next. How can users contact you for questions regarding your privacy policy? And you can select email or by phone. For example, we can write in our email address right there, but I'm just going to leave that unchecked. I'm going to go next step. And this gives you an option to get a professional privacy policy, but right now we're just generating a free one. So go down to the bottom here and press no. I don't want a professional privacy policy. Click on the next step. And we'll just enter our email address to get our free privacy policy. Just going to enter that here and press generate. And once that's done, over here, you can see a part that says link to your privacy policy. You can click this button right here that says copy. And if you open that up right here, you can see right here, this is your privacy policy fully generated and ready for you. So what you can do right now is actually copy all of this, just like that. And we're going to go back into the privacy policy page. I'm going to delete all of this. Whoops, too far. And we're going to paste it right here. As you can see, all the text from that privacy policy has been pasted right here. You can remove this title here, this title of the page. And there we go. And now we can hit publish. And the page is now ready. We're going to press view page. And here we go. Here's our privacy policy ready to go. And next, what we have to do is add the privacy policy link right at the bottom right here. But first, make sure to copy the URL for your privacy policy. Next, what we're going to do is go back into customize. And we're going to scroll all the way down here where it says copyright 2020 WP Design powered by WP Design. We're going to click that. And we're back in our footer builder right here. So at the moment, you can see on the left-hand side, we've got the settings for our copyright widget at the bottom on our footer builder. And here, this is where we're going to modify it. And I'm actually going to remove the part that says powered by site title right here. I'm going to delete that here. And next, we're going to click on the text tab over here. And that'll bring us into the text menu right here. And what we can do now is press the link button here. I'm going to paste my link here. And when we created a privacy policy page, you should have seen your link up here on the URL as well. You can paste that there. And as a text, we're going to write privacy policy. And over here, you can also link it to an existing piece of content, which is the privacy policy page. So it makes it really easy to click and load that up as well. So add link. And there we go. You can see right here, just beside WP Design, we have privacy policy. And it's a clickable link. So if you hover over it and click it, it will go ahead and open up our privacy policy page, the one we just created. All right, and that brings us into the last step of this tutorial, and that's adding an SSL certificate to your WordPress website. An SSL certificate is basically like a layer of security for your website that makes sure that any information exchanged between a user and your website is encrypted and secure. And to do that, and usually that's indicated by this padlock icon you see here. See right here, the connection is secure, and this is on SiteGround. And with the SiteGround hosting, you can actually get an SSL certificate for free, and it's really easy to set up. Because right now, it says not secure on our website because our current website does not have an SSL certificate set up. So let's go ahead and onto SiteGround. You can log in and go into websites, and you should see the website that we've been working on right here. We're going to go into all site options. And here we are. These are the site details. And we're going to go into site tools right here. And finally, we're going to go into security on the left-hand side and press SSL Manager. SSL Manager, and right here, it says select domain, which is currently selected. And next, we're going to select the SSL. So you have 3 different options to choose from, and we're going to select Let's Encrypt. It's a free service. I'm going to select that and press Get. It's going to take a few minutes, but it's going to set up our SSL certificate for us. All right, Let's Encrypt is installed for sbsf.com. It's all set up, and down here, you can also see the SSL certificate is active. But one more step, we're going to click right here, and we're also going to click on Enforce HTTPS. Because currently there might be some links on the website that still uses HTTP, which is the non-secure version. while the HTTPS, with S standing for subscribe, I'm just kidding, it's S standing for secure. So obviously we want to be using the HTTPS links. So all this is going to do is force it to use HTTPS rather than HTTP. So I'm going to click on that and we're going to hit enable right here. Awesome, it's enabled. And all we're going to do now is go back to our website. And as you can see right now, we have our padlock indicating their website is secure and it has an active SSL certificate. And now if someone tries to type in http@yesbsf.com, it'll automatically be redirected to the HTTPS version, indicating our website is secure. And that's all there is to it. Our website is now ready. It looks really good. We've loaded up our template. We've created a website from scratch. We've changed the content. We've changed the colors. All of it's all done. And now you know how to build your own WordPress website. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below and I'll be more than happy to help you out. And that's it for our tutorial. If you managed to follow us until this point in the video, congratulations, you have successfully built a fully functioning WordPress website from scratch. Give yourself a pat on the back. If you got value from this video, make sure you leave a like down below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel by clicking on our logo over here, or you can watch even more of our WordPress tutorials by clicking over here. Thank you so much for watching. All the best with your new website.